Hi, I'm Chapman, and welcome to the Daily Job Hunt, where we talk career job hunting strategies and preparation every day. You know, it doesn't really matter anymore what your age is, your gender, your size or your shape, or your educational level. It doesn't even matter what your beliefs are or where you're from in America. We're all in this together, and we all need great job hunting tips to help us move into the future. So let's get started. You know, Susan, one of my favorite topics is talking about the over 50 segment of our population. What types of things do we need to do to really show that we've still got it out there in the job market?
We need to take an honest look at ourselves physically and mentally and intellectually. Diane, there's a long list of things, unfortunately, that we can look at as the checklist. But if we just break it down into small bites, first of all, look at our physical appearance.
That's one of my favorite topics. What do we need to do?
We need to present a contemporary self. We need to present our best self. A contemporary self means the way that we do our hair, the type of glasses that we wear, the type of clothing that we are putting on. Not to mention fitness, nutrition, rest are all very important as well.
It's all very mind-boggling, though. Are there people who can help us with this?
Of course there are. Just look at physical trainers, look at nutritionists. Look at life coaches, executive coaches. These are people that can all give us great direction on how to present a healthy contemporary self.
Susan, what's a great strategy if you're in that job hunting situation, if you're in an interview, what's a great strategy for doing a negotiation with a potential employer if you're over 50?
One of the doubts that a potential employer may have about us is that they categorize us in a place where they believe we want to make the most that we can make, that we want to be at the highest ranking place that we can be. And oftentimes that isn't the case because so many of us have been there, done that. We're looking for ways to contribute and find meaningful work and be valuable in an organization. So a technique or strategy that we can use is actually help a company realize that we're doing the same thing that they are. They're downsizing, they're doing more with less, they're maybe not rewarding people as generously as they used to. These are things that we can express to them that we're okay with that.
And when you go into a job situation and you see that row of 20-somethings, just graduated from great schools, lots of energy, lots of that dashing sort of demeanor, what are some good strategies for you to use when you actually go in and sit down with that interviewer without feeling like, oh my gosh, how in the world am I going to compete?
Well, we need to stop thinking about the differences between them and us from a negative perspective. We also need to avoid presenting ourselves as highly experienced or seasoned people. We need to focus on our talents because, after all, those young people who are being brought in aren't being brought in for their experience.
This is true. I never thought about that.
They're being brought in for their talent.
That's a very interesting point. It really is. So you're saying that even in just the words that we use, we can convey the right message to a potential employer?
We can convey the right energy. We can convey a persona to them that we're as active as that young, newly MBA'd student. That we have interests just like they do, and in many cases we have more than they do.
Oh my gosh, this is true, absolutely. Now, you know, 50 years ago, even 20 years ago, it's possible that someone who is over 50 is all they're thinking about is, oh my gosh, I get to retire soon. But I don't know many over 50 folks anymore who really have that worldview. They're wanting to do meaningful work.
Very few people retire anymore. I mean, let's face it.
Good point.
Most people want to continue to contribute and add value somewhere. Not to mention, many of us have to prolong our work life because we can't afford to retire and drop out of the work scene.
I think that would be me. So
Me
I
as
totally
well.
get what you're saying. Yeah, and the fact is, there's that old phrase about if you stop, you start to go downhill. So it seems to me most of us who are over 50 are just thinking about what's our next act? What is that next act?
Absolutely. I think most people will be working until they're 70.
Oh, at least. If you're having a good time, why not work even more?
Of course.
Even longer.
Of course.
That sounds terrific, Susan. And is there any other advice that you would like to give anybody in our audience who's over 50?
I would say continue to think of ways that you can reinvent yourself, to learn new skills, new ways of thinking of things, new ways to do things. And in addition, adopt that mindset of a contemporary thinker and look contemporary. Your image is extremely important.
This is all really, really great material. And Susan Howington, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Diane.
Absolutely. And Susan's firm, Power Connections, once again, it's a national career management firm, and she's located in Orange County, California, but she works with anybody all over the country. And thanks for tuning in. We hope you'll come back soon. I'm Di Chapman, and it's been great being with you today.